This neighborhood, Hosigor, is known as Little California. There aren't quite as many surfboards as people, but make no mistake, the coast of southwest France is now one of the 3 key outposts of the world's surfing industry and culture. And this is why, a special type of beach break that surfers can't get enough of. A big wave that crashes down right next to the sandy beach. 30 years ago, a group of hippie surfers from Australia and California settled here, attracted by the waves and easy living. Since then, surfing's grown up. Around 4,000 people now work full-time here in the surfing industry. The beach bums are now middle-aged executives. Surfing is big business.
You know, being a public company, we have a responsibility to our shareholders. And that has absolutely a serious aspect, you know. Whether serious is the right word or professional is maybe a word I'd prefer to use. But then after that, you know, the fun, you know, and the enjoyment for me in surfing, snowboarding is still as high as it's ever been.
Half a dozen big surf manufacturers now have their European headquarters here. Some, like Rip Curl, make the office look like a tropical island. Others, like Billabong, has an HQ designed to look like a wave. But don't be fooled by the relaxed working environment. Between them, they took in $1.7 billion last year, with nearly 8% growth in annual sales. They may be just off the beach, but their heads are squarely in the boardroom.
So it's very important for us to be, you know, around an environment that promotes surfing. You know, we're all active participants, so you know, it just didn't make any sense for us to be based in a city, you know.
Across this strip of coastline, dozens of shapers are designing lighter, more efficient surfboards for the upcoming season. While stores are full of the latest surfwear, most won't be worn by surfers, but by people riding on the sport's laid-back and sexy image. The proof? Some of the biggest surfwear sales are now in Romania, not exactly known for its rolling waves.
Here's the irony of the situation. Surfing in Europe is now a multi-million-dollar business, but only around 250 surfers worldwide actually manage to make a living from this sport.
Some of the men's events, like the Rip Curl Pro Tour, can attract a large crowd, but looks are deceiving. Surfing is still considered a fringe lifestyle sport. Most TV coverage goes straight to internet or extreme sports shows, not exactly a ratings winner. The industry knows that and is lobbying hard. Its holy grail is the Olympics.
But I have hope that in the next 10 years we could consider the surf to become a sport getting closer and closer to the Olympics. It's going to be a long fight because we're not alone.
With Olympic coverage, the hope is a higher level of surfing and, of course, a huge infusion of new sponsors and money. It will need it. Take this women's event over the summer in Hosigor. It's one of the key stages in the World Surfing Championship. The crowd may be made up of beautiful people, but it's small.
Being world champion 2 years ago, did that turn you into a millionaire overnight?
No, I wish.
Back in the 70s, the first surfers who pitched their boards here probably didn't think about things like recession or market share back then. But with surfboards costing around $700 upwards, and even a pair of designer surf shorts in the range of $100 to $150, the industry knows it's going to be hit.
Surfing might live a hard time in the next couple of years, like every industry happening at the moment. The surf industry is extremely creative and dynamic. It's full of young people, full of people who have plenty of ideas. And now with 28 years of experience, we find a balance between experienced people and young people who are crazy and dynamic.
The big challenge is turning a sport that prides itself on being offbeat and anti-establishment into one that is mainstream, but without losing its casual, cool appeal.